I showed you in the book how there are many different roles that you can have in the administration of WordPress. It's one of the great features of it, because you don't want everyone who's accessing the site to be able to do everything. You don't want them to be able to change the theme, for instance, or something like that. You don't want them to change categories. You may want them to add posts, for example, but not change the categories. So you want to have different capabilities for different users. Let's take a quick peek at how the administration area actually looks different to each of these. Here's our familiar dashboard for an administrator. All the things we're used to seeing, the comments here. You can access everything about posts over here. Now let's go over and have a look at the dashboard of an editor. Now notice for this editor, they've still got access to all of the items here for the post, but there are no longer any settings. They can't change anything about the site as a whole. And that's really their main limitation. After that, they can do pretty much everything. Notice there's no theme button here for them, the way we have for an administrator. So that's the major difference for the editor, is they can't access the actual settings of the site. But you want them to be able to edit all the content. Contrast that with an author. Now, all of a sudden, everything here is grayed out. They can't access categories, no tags. They can assign things to categories. They just can't change them. They can't change the tags. Over here, they have no control over comments, no control over the theme, of course. Now, they're missing a lot over here. They can't access pages at all. They can only access posts. They can't do a lot with posts other than create them and edit their own. Let's go, in fact, over here to see. Here's the edit posts page for the author. Now, in this case, the author doesn't actually have any posts on here. So every single post, they can view them, but they can't do anything. They can't edit them. They can't access them in any way. If the author had some posts on this, those would show up as accessible. They would be able to go in and edit them. So contrast that with the editor, who can access any post they want and change it and so forth. And of course, same with the administrator. They can access everything. Notice again, we see the plugins emerge over here. Editors, no control over plugins or the appearance and so forth. So that gives you a good sense of how WordPress just literally eliminates the possibility of someone who doesn't have the capabilities accessing those particular functions. Everybody's got their particular roles to play, and they see the administration area only in the way they can see it, only the functions they can actually perform. And that's one of the things that makes WordPress so powerful, is multiple users with the control.